Baby, happy thankful Thursday from me too. I love you guys. Okay, so hit that notification button down below so you're notified when I post my videos, readings, writings, rituals, spiritual consultation. No job too small. I literally do it all. So email me at sunshinegoddess333@gmail.com. So I'm like kind of torn with our I'm not torn, but the messages that I'm getting this morning, um it's like one way God wants me to give you the messages about someone that's tested and tempted God. I'm like, okay, but when I was getting that download yesterday, and I was guided to the Bible verses of the downloads, because I get downloads and then miraculously a Bible verse comes out. Like I could just be scrolling somewhere and I'll say, oh, let me check out that Bible verse. It sounds interesting. And it was the Deuteronomy 30, which was after we did that Bible verse yesterday. Deuteronomy 30 was followed by Deuteronomy 28:29. So I really love that. Happy Thankful Thursday for being in here. Get those thumbs up on, guys. So I guess this is where we are. So I'll let a few of you guys get in. And somebody is watching you after they stabbed you in the back. Somebody is watching you after they gaslight you. Somebody's obsessively stalking you too. Somebody's watching me and you. It's a great obsession. 9/11, baby. So let's get to it. I really feel like somebody ruined a relationship connection with you. I really feel like you were everything they wanted. I really feel like you were what this person desired in life. But I also feel like that they allowed temptations and other things. Like, God will not tempt you more than you want. Okay, so the fact that this energy said, oh, F it, I don't care. It's almost like they started. Now, by the time you're 5 years old, and I watched my son, you start developing a conscious where you know this is right and this is wrong, and then you get the F it. You're like, I don't care, I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, they've got the drop from God, the Most High Source. They knew that the moves that they were making weren't for their best interest and wouldn't be in the long run. But they said, oh, I don't care. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like this person truly desired to be in a relationship with you, truly wanted a happily ever after with you, and truly are trying to figure out, can they have a new beginning? Is it capable? Is it possible? And also 11:11 is because they asked for you. Okay, so if you're gonna pray to God about giving you a brand new car, okay, we're gonna use this for example. You pray to God about getting you a brand new car. Some way, somehow, that brand new car ends up manifesting. Are you going to loan it out to everyone? Are you going to leave it parked somewhere where it's not the best and they steal your cars? Are you going to just allow anyone to trash it? Are you going to just hand your keys over to a stranger? Because you would say, I want this. This is what I asked for. They didn't do that. What this person did was they're like, whatever, I don't care. No, but they did care. So it's just, that's what I'm like, as I began the reading and getting the downloads, I was getting a confused energy where this person may have you in an energy where you were confused as hell as whether they actually wanted this or didn't. And why was there confusion? Where did the confusion stem from? And to them to think that they can go do things behind your back that you wouldn't find out, or for them to think that they can do things. And it's almost like this energy. First of all, I don't know why they think they are almighty and above God, because now it's giving me an energy that they serve something greater than God, and not greater than God, something, out of God's control. But that's where God would not give you more testing than temptations than you can handle. So the fact that this person they overdid it. It's to the point where you may say there's no coming back from this. Okay? And they did it because it's like, who are you to test God? You may have told this person, hey, we're supposed to be together, we are ordained. Or you could tell this person, hey, I'm intuitive, I know what you do or how you do it. And something about them is just like, no, they don't, they won't. Or they push it until you have no choice but to either cut ties walk away or do what you have to do. Whether this is a relationship, a friendship, a family, it just like somebody continuously kept pushing you, excuse me, they kept pushing you, pushing you, pushing you to the point of no return, or you weren't going to return, or and they just kept testing God. And I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you test God? If you ask God to send you a loving woman, a loyal woman, an honest woman, a woman that can take care of herself, a woman that will be down for you, why would you try to go see if you could find that somewhere else if God gave it to you? Now, you will get tested and tempted, but that doesn't mean you need to drink from every cup that you get, that someone gives to you. You drink from every cup, you get poisoned. And this is what has happened. Their karma is, it's giving me an energy where their karma is just out of control. Like, slow down for you, legit kill yourself. They're being taken over by the enemy. They do any and everything. They hurt any and everyone. And it's so interesting because it's like they feel like invincible to karma. It feels like they're invincible to pain. It feels like that they can run around, go do and say anything and not suffer consequences. And you're probably like, there's no way you think that living like this is okay. It's no way. How, like, who are you? And you may be in an energy with some of these people, like, you're so low vibrational, you're so toxic, you love it there that I don't know you anymore, and I don't want to know who you are anymore. And that's okay. So they've tested it to the point where they've lost everything, will, can, or going to, okay? Their health declining at super rapid speeds and pace because they feel so invincible. I don't know who this resonates for, but damn, like they won't, only God can work on this person. Only God. And I feel like you were really sent into this person's life for them to know that there's unconditional love, know that there's loyalty, know that there's honesty, and I feel like, and another download that I got this morning too, for those that are having a hard time in their relationship and the connection, the fact that you don't want to let go is what's hurting you more, right? So you're like, yes, I get it. Been there, doing it, going through it, over it. Okay, so it's like sometimes these people continuously come back in your life and you're like, did they change? Have they changed? Are they becoming better? And then you put yourself in the situation where you're like, part of you says, I want to give them another chance because it's what you truly want. It's because what you truly worked for. It's what you truly desire. Your intentions are pure, right? But in their heart, they just want to see if they could have another grip on you. They just want to see if you'll be there for them. But then it's like, it's giving me an obsessive energy of someone that wants to be with you. They're dealing with a lot of karma and low vibrational things, but it's the fact that they don't make up their mind. See, if you're not going to be with someone, fine. Okay. Boom, fine. Okay, life goes on. There was a lesson, whatever the case may be. But it's feeling like they're playing with God when every time they try to return to your life and they don't do better. Who would reach out to someone after 6 or 7 months with the same BS? And God's like, so you gonna still hurt them? And I told you, stay away from them until you can do right. And they're like, I don't care what you say. And then God's like, oh, you don't care? Okay. Sit tight. I'll be right back for you. And I just feel like it's almost like if you see someone, they just keep walking into a wall and like you're not learning anything. I'm concerned. It's starting to make me feel like there's some type of mental illness here where Satan's got a hold on you and you don't know your feet from your head. Like, what's going on here? Some of these people are so engrossed in low vibrational energy that they're having a hard time. It's almost like they're in the swamp. Okay, they're slowly drowning. They're slowly drowning. And you may take that upon yourself because you're an empathic or you're intuitive or you're walking this journey where you're saying, I'm trying to see the better sides and the brighter sides of people's situations, but they don't have it's no way they're still having a bad day after 6 months. It's still no way they're in a dark, they can be, but what I'm getting at is these people were warned to leave you alone if they weren't ready to come into your life and give you what they needed to give you or be the man or woman that they needed to be. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. What do you want? You're not bringing any peace to their life. You're not bringing any type of help, okay? And help mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. It's almost like you're just in this low vibrational energy to, and not you collective, but the person that we're channeling is, they're just in this low vibrational energy that they just think that they're going to get what they're going to get, but God's like, not over here. You're not. So they bring a lot of confusion into your life, and they're underestimating the power of God to totally wipe them out. And I'm like, these are heavy downloads. I'm like, wipe them out? What the spirit of narcissism, they just don't get, like, they don't stop. They just keep going. And narcissists are very tactful. Like, they'll do things like text you on Facebook, ask you something and not respond for the whole day, and then the next day follow up and text you on your phone, knowing that you made plans, or they may know that you're not watching your social media. But they do things where they almost did right, but they're very tactful about causing a reaction. So you have to listen. Once people show you who they are, you have to believe them: mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, person you had a kid with, person you work with, person you once were in a relationship with. Okay? Nobody's safe from a narcissist. People you are in organizations with, friendships, places you go to shop, eat, drink, hang out, and or bring your animals. Okay? You cannot escape them. They are part of this world. And their main lesson is for you to learn way more about yourself and step into your light. Because when you step into your light, they flee. And you stand there and you stay there until they flee. You stand bold, and you stand bold in the kingdom of God, source, the divine, whomever. You stand bold, you stand proud, you stand there and you don't back up. My nose is running really bad. Hold on, guys. You stand there and you don't move. When I was watching a YouTube reading yesterday, she had hit a very valid point, and I was just laying down in bed and my nose started running. I said, oh, okay, I'm tapped in here. So again, this person, it's a weird energy. You might be seeing 11 and not a lot, but listen, if it hurts you more than it helps you, you've got to let it go. But you got to let it go. And half the battle is, oh, I thought this would be, or I thought it would work, or maybe. And me, I tell you guys all the time, I give people space, time, and distance to be better. After I realized that, and me, I have to realize people are who they say they are. Me taking time away from them is me giving them an opportunity, holding space. But once I'm back in that and you're the same way that you are, I cannot stay there anymore. Because you'll have me crashing out, and you'll sit there and watch me crash out and be happy about that. So a lot of these people are very miserable. Very. And you may say, you act real miserable to someone that does nothing but love you and been there for you. It's almost like they're waiting for your downfall. It's almost like you being in the low vibration, them hurting you, them ghosting you, them coming back and forth, that fuels them. It's strange, right? But it's a demonic entity. It's strange. But if you never want to be better, and you constantly are looking for the next best light because you don't want to be that, well, you're going to suffer a lot of consequences. A lot. I don't care who you believe in. You cannot go around treating good people bad because you feel like it. Because hurt people, and heal people. And some people, I'm not hurt. Well, the way you're acting and the way you are living your life and the way that you treat yourself, it's showing that you're hurting somewhere. Okay, it's showing that there's something missing, that you're trying to fill a void. A lot of people become very promiscuous when they want to fill a void. They will just go and be and sleep with any and everyone, and to them, and I'm not judging you, live your life, but you pick up each and every piece of person that you sleep with. A very tall tell sign of a down low man is hypersexuality, hyper promiscuity. Okay, because he just wants to feel any and everything that he can. Okay, and a lot of those things stem from childhood abuse, childhood sexual trauma. I've been working with a lot of the energy of down low men lately. I didn't even grow up knowing what that was. I didn't really know what that was until like around 10 or 11 years ago. I had no idea. So it's a huge energy that's coming up in my in my energy field, and it's mostly for people to live in their truth. You hurt people when you don't live in your truth. Okay, so again, somebody wants this with you, but I think that's for another reading, their obsessive energy and why they don't move forward. So for now, I just did want to read that Bible verse to you guys, about they decided not to obey God. They decided that, you know what, I don't care who this person is to me. Okay, like, you don't have to be like that. I don't care what they mean. I don't care if we got the same blood. I'ma do what I want to do, how I'ma do it. And you're okay. It's okay. And I don't get why they make it a strong point, these narcissistic individuals that have these strong entities on them, they make it a strong point to prove to you that they won't be a better person. And you're like, okay, well, I don't have to be around you. See, that's your choice. In their mind, they think that you are the emotional punching bag. In their mind, they think that you have to deal with my BS. And you're like, no, I don't. And when you don't, they get very upset. They get very angry because they actually need your light to survive. They need it. They need it. And they can't do anything without it. Okay, so let's see, Deuteronomy. I've been in the book of Deuteronomy for quite some days. Okay, so what happens after you say, all right, I don't care anymore? What happens when they say, I wonder if this is the Bible that I used yesterday. It is. I wonder what's over here. And again, it's like a second, a second resurrection of an awakening happening. It's kind of like, all right, you've awoken, and I will need you to be reawoken to the truth of people. We always want to give people multiple chances to be better, and that's a human nature in us. But some of these people, they like being in this energy. They like carrying this narcissistic entity around with them. They like feeding it with lies and delusions because they don't have to open their eyes to the truth about who they are. And being around lower vibrational people feels good to them because nobody cares about their best self. And they also, if you ever notice a narcissist, if they have like a group of friends or group of people that they're around, like say you have someone that's a narcissist and you like come amongst they'll out you. They'll out you because you know the real them. And they will never bring you around people that, if you know the narcissist, the real them, it could be your family, a close friend, they'll never bring you around people whom you may be around on a daily basis because you know the true them, you know the real them. They still have a facade and a mask that they wear amongst other people. So to other people, they'll say that like you were the one that stabbed them in the back, you were the one that lied to them, you were the one that cheated on them, and all in all, it's like almost like if you try to avoid narcissists because they avoid you, I mean, if you try to avoid narcissists and you know ignore them, they'll turn around and say, or they'll ignore you. They'll turn around and say, "You're ignoring me," and they'll be doing that to you. So you have to understand that a lot of the things that they've accused you of, they're doing. You get what I'm saying? So they'll be like, "Yeah, because I know you just went out on a date," and you're like, "Went out on a date?" Because that's what they just did. So if you listen closely to a narcissist, they expose themselves every time. If you listen closely to what they're accusing you of, is what they've done. It's almost like they're insulted. You insult their intelligence because they like to play. They like to. A smart person can play dumb, but a dumb person can't play smart. And they really think they're getting over. It's amazes me how narcissistic people really think they're getting over, and you're like, you're standing over there in the curtains, and I can see your shoes, and they're like behind the curtains, you can't see my shoes, and you're like, I could see your shoes. I I see your Ronald McDonald clown shoes. I see them, and they're like, shh, no, you don't. You're like, and they'll argue with you, that you don't see their shoes. You'll see them do something, or hear they'll do something, you'll know they'll do something, and they'll deflect it like you were actually either the one that did it or you're crazy. That's a narcissistic favorite word, is you're crazy, especially with empaths. You're crazy for calling them out on something you know. You could tell a narcissist, a narcissist will tell you my shirt is blue, and we all know that my dress is black. But a narcissist will run around and smear your name and say that you had a blue dress on. They will convince everyone around them, flying monkeys. They get people on their side that don't know the real truth, and that all they will say, girl, you know you had that blue dress on. You're like, it was black. And they will often use they'll often make you feel like your recollection of events and things that happened, that it didn't happen, and you're like, there's no way. There's no way you're telling me that you had on this, we were there, this person said this, and they will still doubt and deny that anything was said or happened or done. It's just the narcissistic entity inside of them won't let them be great. And when it came to you and being in this relationship and this connection with them, their main objective was to be truthful. Their main objective was to live in the energy of love. They asked for you. They prayed for you, whether this is a job, relationship. It's some type of form of a relationship that you form with this person. That they maybe someone started running a business like, oh, I need extra people to work for me. They got the extra people to work for them, and they started treating them like trash. Okay, maybe someone prayed for a loyal, faithful girlfriend or boyfriend. They received that, and they started treating them like trash. Maybe somebody wanted to get back with their family. You gave them a second chance, and they started treating you exactly the reason why you left. There's no winning with them until they decide to win within themselves. And that's the issue, and that's the problem. But when you go and say, you know what, Sunshine Goddess isn't really intuitive. I'm going to lie to her. I'm going to steal from her. I'm going to cheat her. God is going to turn around and say, you're going to do what? After I told you and showed you who she was. Okay, I only use myself because that was the best example I can use. So after God has showed these people who you were, that's why I'm saying it's not about confirmation. It's more about them saying, F it. I don't care. I don't want to care. I'm not going to care. And you're not going to make me care. And God's like, do y'all hear what they're saying? So things are changing in that light as well. Okay, so I don't know where that exact message that I saw yesterday. Oh, it was 360. My bad. I can't believe these downloads that I'm getting. It's like, people are acting crazy out here in this world. Because God's coming back. You watch. God's coming back for those who acted like they didn't know. If they don't know, they will soon. He's going to start shaking things up in people's life. He's going to start shaking. You think you're going to get away with being a liar? You think you're going to keep getting away with treating people bad for no reason? You're not going to keep getting away with that. You're cursing your life. You're cursing your bloodline. You're cursing your children. And men, hello, I'm not able to tell you this, but your daughter's going to run into the same you. Women, your son's going to run to the same you. The day my oldest son was born, I vowed to God, I will always treat a man the way I want my son treated. Vow. Me and God. Nobody else was there. It was me, God, and a newborn baby. I was 16 years old. But I knew that this boy that I brought into this world, my firstborn son, was a gift from God. You better not get on my altar. Not that my other children were gifted from God, but it's something special about a mother and her firstborn son, because God knows the love she has to give to the world, that she can give it to her son. God forgave his only begotten son. Let's start there. Okay, so the moment that I held my son, I vowed to God, and I didn't know God like that at 16. Are you serious? All I knew was God is good, God is great, and now I lay me down to sleep, and that's all I knew, and to pray to God, and ooh, that may have been God. I knew nothing, but I kept my word, and I vowed that I will always be true to a man, and treat him the way I want my son to be treated. And so far, my son has come across a lot of good relationships. And he's young. He's had two, they're very good women. They're young still, but what I'm trying to say is, what you put out, and I feel like some people has made a pact to God. God, if you send me this woman, this man, I'm gonna do right, and then you don't do right. What's wrong with you? Stop playing in the divine's face. Stop going around here, God, if you get me out of this, I promise I won't. And then you get out of it, and then you turn around and do the same thing. You think God is happy when you do stuff like that? No, you can't pick or choose. You're either going to be divine and work on yourself and continue, or you're going to be on the other side. You cannot be, light and dark cannot reside in the same place. And that is the message when it comes to these connections. You're either going to be true to the journey with the person that God has ordained for you, or you're going to get the hell on. You can't stand in the door. You can't stand in the way, because if you do, I'm going to tell you what happens if you think you're going to do. If you say, God, if you give me this job, I'll stop drinking, and you get the job and you keep drinking, you're going to lose that job quicker than you think, because if God is a promise keeper and he's faithful, he expects the same back from you. So if you say, God, if you get me out of this situation, I promise I'll never go do it again, and then you go do it again, you're tempting God. You're saying, God, I'm testing you. No, don't do that. If God gets you out of jam of a financial situation, and you say, God, if you get me out of this, I promise I won't overmax my credit cards no more, and he gets you out of it, and then you go overmax your credit cards, are you serious right now? You guys are really bold out here to be playing in the divine's face. It's 2024. It's enough spiritually awoken people to say, listen, if you go do that. But see, some of these people think they are above God. Some of these people, and not that they may act like that, but it's just like, they believe, but whatever. And I'm like, you're bold. You're bold to act like that. It's scary to me that you're okay with that. I had someone tell me, God won't humble me. I said, what? God won't do what? I was speechless. Who says God won't humble me? I said, oh, I already know how you're operating out of. I already know. I could look at your life and tell, but I already know where you're operating out of. Who? And then there's people that pretend like they believe in God, but at the end of the day, they go home and they unzip their mask and they're Satan. All day and this great person, they go home, the masks are falling off. People placed around you, they won't be able to, this is a season where God is revealing. All right, so you got thousands of people that want to be spiritual and they want to do this, and all right, God's like, all right, I'm going to use you. And one by one, he goes through the list. You're testing me. You're out of here. You're not doing what I need you to do. You're done. Okay, so this is the season. God's really paying attention. He's got his clipboard out. He's like, oh, okay, you said you wanted this, but you were going to do this. Gotcha. Okay, so a lot of these people prayed for certain people, places, and situation that when they got them, they started testing and tempting God. God, if you send me an amazing woman that's good for me and there for me and down for my kids, I'll do right by her. We're 10 karmics in. You wanted a woman that was going to help you raise your kids and be there for you and love you unconditionally and be honest and truthful, but you can't seem to leave low vibrational woman who bring nothing but, y'all sleeping with demons with BBLs. Why are you doing that? Demons have BBLs too. You're sleeping with low vibrational people because you don't want to be accountable. You're sleeping with low vibrational people because you don't want to be better. Remember that person you chose over your family? Yeah, now they're sleeping with your spouse. Anything built on faulty foundation will crumble. It's crumbling. It's going down. But they don't think that. See, a lot of these people are in the resolve of that. Nothing's going to happen to me. My life's not going to crumble. No, it is. It is. And there's no warning for this. There's no warning where everything just one day is going to be over for you. There's no warning for that. That's why God says, be good to all people, be kind, love one another. For those who do not know God, don't do. Those who do not know love, know God. You want a family so bad, but you don't even appreciate the one you have. God's not going to bless you with more than you can handle, and he's not going to tempt you with more than you can handle. After he gives you a little bit of temptations and you go far beyond, he's out of it. You're you're operating with a whole nother entity. Stop thinking that oh God, God brought me to this. Yeah, he tempted you. He's tempting you. And you just go all out with the temptations. Like, slow down. You're killing yourself, literally. Some of these people are literally killing themselves. They're slow death. I keep telling everyone in my city, we have the spirit of premature death every day. Ask, are you guys praying this away? Your confirmation is butterflies. Are you praying this away? Like, okay, well, my family's covered. I'm not worrying about anyone but here. You can't, and maybe you went through points where you tried to worry about everyone else and fix everyone else while they were doing nothing but hurting you and trying to break you at the same time. No, you got me fucked up. Okay, and I've been not cursing, but I will with that, because no. You can't go around saving people that are literally the reason why you drown. And a big download that I got this morning when I was getting these downloads is you have to let go of the hurt. Because we're like, they hurt me, I'm trying to let go of it, I'm trying to heal from it, but you can't, and they can't rip the band-aids off anymore. They can't, because what happens was they come back and they do this to your scab. You say, all right, I'll let you back in, and you rip the band-aid off, right? And you're like, you know what happens when you take the band-aid off of something? You just kind of want to protect it a little bit. Yep, but guess what they do? They come and then they wait a little bit longer, and a little bit more. And now they get so comfortable with hurting you that they got the salt. Stay still so I can hurt you. Are you serious? And then when you start clapping back, they're like, what? You're just trying to cover up everything. And you're like, you the one that took the band-aid off. Stay still. You're not letting me hurt you enough. Stay still. And they really expect you to just continuously allow them to hurt you and come in your life. Let the hurt go. You didn't ask for it. You didn't deserve it. And I'm pretty sure the warning signs were there, because what they're getting ready to go through is far beyond what you think is going to happen. Just step aside and let God do his work, and let the hurt go. Because I feel like holding on to the hurt is what's holding back. And in order for you to be with them, God has to work on them a little bit more. And if he's asking you, please step aside, I need to work on them, don't take it upon yourself to stay in this energy of, oh, I can fix them and they're going to change. No, the only person that's going to change them is God, is source, is the divine. You can't change them. A man or woman will only change because that's what they want. Okay, Frying chicken and gold and glitter and diamonds is going to change them. Back flipping for sex to do all types of crazy ways and positions isn't going to change them. Giving them your whole paycheck isn't going to change them. Giving them any and everything they want isn't going to change them. Giving them, they're insecure, so you give them your phone every time you walk in the door so they can make sure you. No, stop carrying your men around like pocketbooks, because the moment you put them down, they're gonna change. Let them be the man or woman that they're supposed to be. So many people are holding on tightly to their relationship and, oh, this is my man or this is my woman, and they don't even want to be there. You want them there. They don't want to be there. Let them go. Let people go do and be and do what they want to do so you can see what they rather do. Why are you having strong rules and relationships? Let people do what they want to do. What they're going to do is going to show you how much they respect your relationship, how much they respect your connection. Why are you putting rules on them? You better not come in this house after 3 a.m. Well, why? Why? I don't think their mom lives in this house. Why? Because you said. But anyone that respects you and loves you and cares for you isn't going to come in the house at 3 a.m. They're going to come in at 1 or 2 after they go, after they got a bite to eat, after they drive. You have to be able to trust what you do and less of what the other person does. Because why does your man or woman need a babysitter? I thought you was in a companionship. They don't need to be. If you find yourself babysitting someone, if you find yourself going through all their likes and their phone, you're not looking for a companionship. You're looking for someone to control. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of narcissistic energy comes from people who have no control over nothing. That they swear they have control over everything. They can't even control their own damn routine in life. You think they're going to be able to, but they thrive off of controlling other people. So you don't want to listen to God and you want to keep going against what he says, and this is what's going to happen. Okay? God will curse the city, the country, your baskets, and your bread and bowl, your children, your land, your livestock, your herds, your flocks. You will be cursed when you come in, and you will curse when you go out. Okay? God will send curses through confusion, rebuke, and everything you put your hands on. Everything you touch is going to turn to mold. Mold. Everything you touch is going to turn to mold because you just can't get right. And you think you're going to sit up there and play in God's face and with his children. That's crazy. When all God did was send people and have people in your life to help you, hold you, and love you. And you decided, I want to go lay with the dogs. I'd rather get fleas. But you want to be blessed while you're laying with the mess. You chose that. You literally got up, walked over, you got up from your clean slate, your clean bed God gave you, and you decided to go lay with the dogs outside. God didn't say get up and go lay with the dogs. He wouldn't say that. You chose to go do that. That was your choice. So you chose to go lay with confusion. Well, that's what you're going to get. I don't understand where people think they can tempt and test God and nothing's going to happen. You're not invincible to God. You're not invincible to the divine, to the source, whomever you call them. Allah, you're not invincible. Buddha, whoever you say, you are not invincible to that person. We see you, right? Their feet are hanging out behind the curtains. You're like, I see your feet. They're really going to be like, no, you don't. You're like, and you're talking, you're whispering behind the curtains and I see your feet. All right, come out. They're like, you didn't see my feet. You're like, I saw your feet. I did. I saw it with my own toys. There were big red shoes with big yellow strings in them. I saw them. And they will argue you down that you didn't. You did. You saw them. And it's not your job to argue with the enemy. It's not your job to convince them of God's will. It's your job to give them testimonies and say, hey, listen, this is what I can do. But they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear anything about the light. They don't like that you're intelligent. Because how dare you know? How dare you not? Why are you not letting them they start throwing temper tantrums? Why are you not letting me get over with you? Let me abuse you more. And that's a demonic entity inside of them that needs your light. Okay, so everything that they touch is going to turn to mold. Okay, so don't be surprised when you're like, Dad, what's wrong with you? Like, your life is really bad right now. And don't save them. It is not your job to save someone who's constantly drowning you. That don't even make no sense. I know that's who you are. I know that's part of you wanting to be a human being, but I'm telling you right now, on spiritual level, we're not saving no stuff. Don't cast your pearls onto swines. It's over for them. They knew what they were doing when they did it. They decided that they wanted to keep doing it. And they made the choice, right? But they don't get to choose the consequences. That's another thing. They feel like they can control the choice and the consequences. Now you really got me messed up. It doesn't work like that. So they've chose they've made a choice, and now we tell them about the consequences. Okay, so God will send on you curses, confusion, and rebuke, and everything you put your hands to, until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruin because of the evil that you have done. Okay, so God will send the curses, the confusion, the contrariness down on everything you try to do until you've been destroyed, and there's nothing left of you. And there's nothing left of you. I bet you they already clicked off the video because they don't even want to hear it. Well, don't come on my readings every morning thinking you're going to get some light when you've been living in the dark. It doesn't work that way. Okay? And there's nothing left, all because of the evil you pursue and that led you to abandon me. God said, what happened? You just was right here with me, praying for this stuff. I give it to you and then you leave? What happened? You just abandon us or abandon me? God will inflict you with the disease, wiping you right off the land that you think you're going to possess. How many narcissists or narcissistic people that you know right now that suffer with disease? How many? How many do you know right now that are going through hard times in life, disease processes, because of the choice and action they made, because of the evil deeds they've done to you? I could name a handful of people right now like that. It's not because you wanted them to have the disease. It's God said, you strayed away. I know that what I put in your heart, you're not honoring. Okay? God will say, it will hunt you down till they kill you. God will send consumption and fever and rash and seizures and dehydration and jaundice on you. They will hunt you down until they kill you. God's angels are like, oh, okay, so you want to play. Oh, okay. The sky overhead will become an iron roof, the ground under your feet a slab of concrete. From out the skies, God will rain ash and dust down on you until you suffocate. Couldn't speak your truth, so now you're having breathing problems. You were lying a lot, so now you're having problems with your lungs. You played a lot of mind games, so now you have a lot of seizures. You told a lot of lies about people. You created a lot of trauma and turmoil, and now you have jaundice. Your eyes will never be the same. You'll never be able to look at the world and life through the lens of purity because you decided to astray from your Creator. Because you decided that. Because God said, I'm going to put these people in your path, and all I need you to do is love them and take care of them, and that's all I want. I don't need you to do anything but love them for who they are, and that's it. And you couldn't do that, and that's free. That's free 99. Family will travel thousands of miles to bury you, but won't come across the street to see if you're okay. God said, no. I'm not allowing that anymore. God will defeat you by enemy attack. You will come at your enemies as one road and run away on 7 roads. All the kingdoms of earth will see you as horror. Nobody's going to like them. Nobody's going to want to be around them. They don't get friendly happiness anymore. They don't get that part of life anymore. They've made a choice, a conscious decision. All the people that they thought were for them is going to be against them. Hey, anything built on faulty foundation is going to crumble. You thought that going against your family member, so say you had a family member and they stopped being friends or, cool with someone else, and then you go be friends with them. Well, your turn's coming up. You're up next. Because why would you go against your family for an outsider? God's been giving me a lot of downloads about family, a lot of back and forth downloads about family and doing right by your family. The family you create is important as the family that you come from. But if you're creating it, it's because you're breaking generational curses. You're becoming better. What you do goes down your bloodline. You think you're going to be out here running around being a player, treating people bad, doing bad stuff. And why do you think you're like that? Because one of your parents may have been like that, and now they passed down generational trauma to you, and it was your job to correct that. And you said, I don't want to. Okay, don't. Okay? God will come at your enemies on one road and run away at seven. All the kingdoms of earth will see you as horror. Carrion birds and animals will boldly feast on your dead body with no one to chase them away. Some of these people, it's so interesting because I saved this message for today, and I had something on my Facebook about like you're literally killing yourself. You guys go check out our Facebook, Sunshine Sunstar. Okay, and rotting flesh. You guys know what rotten fruit is? Rotten fruit is fruit that does it to itself. Rotten fruit is fruit that's eating itself. You are consuming your own self with your evil deeds. You're doing that. No one's doing that. Yeah, you put a rotten fruit next to other fruit, and eventually it kind of rubs off on them. But this person decided to stay around people and places and things when they knew they weren't for them. And God's going to show them why I told you to stay away from them. You will be hurt by some of the things these people do because I told you don't go around them. Stay away from them. I'm making new in your life. I'm creating better for you. Stay away from them. Don't look back. And I had got that on my, I had posted that. Lot's wife. All we know about Lot's wife is that she turned around and became a pillar of salt. He said, don't look back. That's his one instructions to Lot's family is go to the hills. I have everything that you need. Everything you need for you over there is right there waiting for you. One thing I don't need you to do is don't turn around. No matter what you do, don't look back. And what happened? She became a pillar of salt. And now, you know, you go back to your past, and now you're salty because things are exactly how God told you they were. Don't go back. And a lot of these people, they may have met you and then they went back to the past situation because you may have been too much. Or you may have held them a lot accountable. So it's hard here. I don't want to be a better person. I'm going back to my past. And guess what? Now they're salty. They're salty at you for moving forward. They're salty at the past person. But the only person they have to blame is themselves for being stuck and stagnant. Anything that's stagnant does not grow. If I had a stone here on my hand, okay? I don't know where any of my crystals are right now. If I had a stone here, if I had this on my hand right here, if I stand right here, if I just stand right here with this on my hand like this, how is it going to move? How? How is it going to move? It's not, right? Look at it. It's not moving. Nothing's moving this. Yeah, I can do this. I got to shake it up a little bit. But if it's just stagnant right here, you know, you got to force it to move. If these people are moving and becoming better people, you can't do nothing about it. But if their heart is in a good place and they want to be with God, they'll change. They'll move. They'll change, they'll move. You want to be with God? There you go. You're moved. He took you out of that and put you somewhere else. You may not know where you're going, but it's not here anymore because you're not stuck. You're not stagnant. Okay? Energy's energy. If it resonates, feathers are huge confirmation right now. Also, if you feel like you need to pray the spirit of premature death, pray it over you and your family, and butterflies are your confirmation. It's just not for my town, it's for everybody. Okay? God will hit you hard with boils of Egypt, hemorrhoids, scabs, and an incurable itch. A lot of these people acquired STDs they can't get away with. That won't go away. Okay? It is what it is. It's not your fault. You didn't say, go sleep with that low vibrational woman over there that has herpes and is not going to tell you. God didn't say that. God probably gave him a red flag like, bro, her ass might be fat. She might have nice titties, but it's something about her but they just so horny that they don't care that now you have an incurable itch. He will make you go crazy and blind and senile. You'll grope around in the middle of the day like a blind person, feeling his way through a lifetime of darkness. That's where they want to stay, I guess. Whose fault is that? Light and darkness can't stay in the same place. They're blind. They think that you don't see them. Remember their feet. We see you. Okay? Not a day will go by and you're not abused and robbed, and no one is going to help you. And that's why they keep running into the same situations, low vibrational karmic situations that abuse them for money, because they don't want love, because they don't want to change. They don't want to change. So God said, all right, well, people are going to come and use and abuse you, rob you, and take full advantage of you. Now, we're not talking about empathic people that are good, kind people and get used and abused. We're talking about people that are committed to being evil and said, I'm not changing, I'm not moving, I'm staying right here. That's who we're talking about. Okay, you will get engaged to a woman and another man will take her from you. You will be engaged to a woman and another man will take you from her as his mistress. You will build a house and never live in it. You will plant a garden and never eat so much as a carrot. You will watch your ox get butchered and not get a single steak. Your donkey will be stolen from you right in front of you, and you will never see it again. Your sheep will be sent off to your enemies, and no one will lift a hand to help you. And no one's going to help you, and no one's going to help you, and no one's going to help you, and no one's going to help you. Because he already sent them to help. You abused it. You ruined it. You tarnished it. You said, I don't want that helpmate. Send me another one. Well, guess what? That one, that helpmate that you want so bad, that's not the one that God sent to you. Well, what does it say right here? You will get engaged to a woman and another man will take her for his mistress. Go ahead. That ass is fat, right? All right, go over there. She's shiny and glitter and she's gold wrapped up in shit wrapped up in gold. Go ahead, because another man's going to take her right from you. Another woman's going to take him right from you. You don't deserve it. God gave you everything that you asked for, and you said, F you, God. So, you get nothing. And it says Bible verse after Bible verse, and no one is going to help you. And no one is going to help you, and no one is going to help you. And birds are going to flesh on your body, and no one's going to chase them away. No one's coming to save you anymore. It's done, God. It's fed up. It's done. It's done. Okay, your sons and daughters will be shipped off to foreigners. You will wear your eyes out looking vainly for them. Now, I think this is interesting because someone yesterday in my city made a huge... she had a post about everything about how she lost her kids, and she's bullshit. What she posts, it's just bullshit. She's one of those girls that's fake spiritual, and I'm not talking shit or judging, but bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, one day you love angel numbers, the next day you're talking about the bullshit. Be careful for people that one foot they're spiritual, and next foot they're not. Bullshit. And guess what? She really is talking about how she lost her daughter, and I said, because you bullshit. You play around with God every day, bro. Like, you can't do that. Spirituality is real. Y'all out here wanting trending lifestyles. This shit is real as it comes. It's real life. Okay? So, your sons and daughters will be shipped off to foreigners. They will astray from you because you chose to act the way you did. Why did my kids never? Because their whole life they raised you, and they're tired. And they're adults now, and they want to live their own life. They're tired of raising their parents. Okay, and they've honored you and they've done everything you've done, but you've just proven to them that and every time they need you, you just can't be there. So they want no more parts of you. That's why. Okay, narcissistic parents sometimes produce narcissistic children. And that means you have narcissistic siblings, and the beat goes on and on and on and on until somebody says, you know what? I'm not partaking in this, and I'm not entertaining this. You guys can be as karmic and toxic as you want. I'm not participating in this. And then you build your own family, and your children see that you don't participate or partake in those things that they do. So they don't see those things. They're like, you know what? My mom doesn't do or dad. They don't do or say or act those ways because you break in the cycle. So you're saving your own children by breaking this cycle. Don't become like those who hurt you. Be better. Hurt people, heal people, heal people. It ran in your family until it ran into you. And you said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like living like this. It didn't feel good growing up like this. Like, this isn't something that I want to do. And that's how you break generational curses. Okay? You're where your eyes are looking for your children. Okay, day after day, powerless to lift a hand. You'll be seeing your children struggling and doing things, and you won't be able to have the resources to save or help them because you never really and truly intended on saving and helping them. Because that's narcissistic parents view their children as prizes, tokens. You know, man, maybe at some point they may even have just had you because your other parent wanted you. You know, they are your vessel and you wouldn't be here without them. But when you crave for the love from your parents that you don't get, you're really craving for the love of God. Because the love that you really want, you can't get it anywhere but from God. You cannot get it from another human being. Now they can love you, but the love that you really, really want's gotta come from the inside. So you can fill that own parental void. Ask yourself, why are you really mad at your parent? I'm mad at my parent because I remember in 5th grade they didn't, so you felt abandoned. So you felt not important. Make yourself important. You won't ever leave yourself. You won't ever leave yourself. You won't ever cheat yourself. You got to go get you in places where your parents weren't there for you. You have to. And in order for you to continue on your journey, you have to face that. And you have to say, you know what? Well, my mom did the best she could. Maybe she could have did better, but she was also surviving too. Don't forget that. She still was going through the motions of life and things that you know she had to learn too. But there comes a time and place, there's a very thin line between knowing better and not giving a shit. There's a very thin line. Okay? So people that you do not know will eat what your land and labor produce, and you will have nothing but cruel oppressions all your days. Remember all those people they tried to turn against you? Ooh, the tables have turned, baby. Do you know how powerful you have to be for your own bloodline to come against you? Do you know how powerful you have to be for your own bloodline to come against you? You mean to tell me everybody in your family stopped talking to you? You are a powerful person. You are very powerful if that's the case. Okay, remember all those people they ganged up and gang stalked you, and remember all those people that they did. Yeah, it's gonna be right on. It's gonna be them. They're gonna be the one less liked now. They're gonna be the one that everyone's gonna gang up on, gang stalk, and they're gonna be miserable and dark for all the days of their life. Because what did you do to deserve that besides be true to you, your journey, and your life? You are the light. If it took all of them to come against you, you've got to understand how powerful you got to be. Dislike me by yourself. Dislike me with your chest out and your hands out, and bring the knives to the knife fight and not the guns to the knife fight. See, they're telling you, oh, we about to have a knife fight, and everyone pulls up a guns. You're like, well, I lost by default. Okay. Now the tables have turned. It's gonna be all the things they've done to you to come against you. It's going to be done to them. And God's saying, like, no, I'm not punishing them. I'm showing them you can't go around treating good people bad, or the people that I put in your life to love you, or the people you're supposed to love bad because you are having a bad day. It doesn't work like that. I'm in the energy of love at all times. And you're tempting me because you think that I won't pop out and show you. You know, people are like, oh, I'm going to say this and God's not going to. No, he is. And they become so tied up in their demonic energy that they don't see, like, you're being used by the enemy to create these situations, these illusions, this hurt. You're being used, but you don't want to see it. God's like, you don't want to see it, fine, because I already gave you your confirmation. I gave you everything you asked for. I did everything you asked me to do, and still you turn around and say, F me. Yeah, I made it give you a little bit of temptation because I wanted to see God will give you exactly what you want, and then give you a distraction to see if this is exactly what you want. And then you went far above and beyond to be dishonest to me. No. The sight you see will drive you mad. The Lord will afflict your knees and legs with painful boils that cannot be cured, spreading from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. Boils, cysts, abscess. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning for them. Look at all the people that did you wrong. Look at all the people that weren't the best of you for no reason. I'm talking about for no reason. Like, you knew in your heart you were good. How is their life? Look at the people that betrayed you. How is their sickness? Look at the people that done wrong to you for years, and like you just won't stop. Look at their disease. diseases, infliction. God said, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do this from you from the inside out. I'm gonna get you from the inside out. And you won't be able to see it yet, and you won't be able to know. But the way you go around treating people, my people, the people that I send in your life to love you, you're not getting away with that anymore. It's over. Okay? The Lord will drive you and the king and set you over a nation unknown to you and your ancestors. There you will worship other gods, God of wood and stone. Because you're stagnant, right? You don't want to do anything. You will be bitter. That's it. If God said leave that friendship alone 10 plus 12 years ago, and you said, but no, God, and why are you shocked that you find out that they betray you? Why are you shocked? He told you that 10, 20 years ago, but you want to hold on because that's what you wanted to do. You're either going to follow divine instructions or you're not. You can't have it both ways. Okay? You will become a thing of horror and a byword and an object of ridicule among the people where the Lord will drive you. That lifestyle you're trying to hide, it's not hidden anymore. It's not that life you try to live, it's not hidden anymore. God will expose you. Not my job. I'm the messenger. God's doing it on his own. He's going to expose you in ways that's going to bring shame to you. Shame. Because if you knew better, you would have did better, but you knew better. That's the thing, you knew better. So you decided, I'm just going to get away with this one more time. God said, oh yeah? Go ahead to get away with it one more time. You're right, I tempted you. Let's see how far you're going to go. How far as you go, as far as you took it, well, God asks you to do one thing and to love his people. That's it. That's it. Okay, you will sow much seed in the field, but you will harvest little because locusts will devour it. Every time they think they're going to get something, God's going to come in and wipe it away. It's not safe anymore. You're done here. It's over. Okay, so I don't know. I think their best bet would to just be flee. I think their best bet would just to be to go. I think anyone that deals with my collective that's testing and tempting God, I think now, even on an energetic level, I think you should go. I think it's safe to say that you should go and never return. Because if you stay and think you're going to be tested and tempted in the sunshine kingdom of Sunshine Goddess Collective, you have a whole nother thing coming for you. So I suggest you treat my brothers and sisters, my God and goddesses, with the utmost respect, and because you will pay at my kingdom. They pay bad. They pay really bad over here. Okay? You will plant vineyards and cultivate them, but you will not drink wine. These people aren't having a good time anymore. You think they're going to be out here having a good time after they ruined you? No. It doesn't work like that, and don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it happening. Don't you worry about seeing it. Don't you worry about it. That's part of you. Don't worry about it. Okay? You will plant vineyards and cultivate them, but you will not drink the wine or gather the grapes because worms will eat them. Everything they think they're going to do or grow, God's coming in to swoop it away. Swoop. Swipe or no swiping. Oh, no. Give me that. Nope. Taking it away from you. You don't deserve it and you didn't earn it. And God's like, I'm keeping it G just like that. You didn't deserve it. You don't earn it. These blessings, they're not bestowed upon you. You don't get them. Rotten fruit. Rotten fruit eats itself from the inside out. That's it. 10 of Swords. They did it to themselves. Don't save them. The only way that they could be saved, they put the knives in their own back and yours too. You mean to tell me you forgave them and every time you gave them a hug, they just stuck one more knife in you? That's not okay. That's not okay at all. Nothing about that says that's okay. Okay, so 10 of Swords. They want to come up out of it, but they're very burdened. 10 of Swords is like a very negative energy. Yes, she's coming up out of it, but let's talk about what it really means. You're screwed. You did this to yourself. No one's coming to save you anymore. It says 5 times back to back, and no one's going to help you, and no one's going to save you, and no one's going to help you. You chose this. You want to live in a 10 of Swords life? Okay, live in the 10 of Swords life. That's on you. That's what you choose to do. Okay, you will have olive trees through your country, but you will not use the oil because the olives will drop off. Like, like God is so serious. And I never read this Bible verse yesterday, because the day before when I got the download about the blessings you're gonna get, God said, put it away. We're not dealing with that. And then yesterday I read something and it led me back to the Bible verse, and here we are today. The knives they put in your back are the same ones they had. Except for you took yours out by healing. You took yours out by doing the right thing. You took yours out because you committed to being a better person. You said, I don't want to be in this energy. I don't want to think like this. I don't want to act like this. I don't want to talk like this. I want to be better. I surrender all these things that I do. I want to be better. And that's how you come out arising. But they just, the knives they put in your back are the ones that are in theirs now. God's serious, okay? You will have sons and daughters, but you will not keep them because they will go into captivity. Again, God keeps referring back to children. Your children aren't safe anymore because you're out here living a tumultuous life in a low vibrational energy. Now you say, Sunshine Goddess, well, I'm living in good light, and they're my child's father. They are very deceitful, narcissistic. Yet you continue doing what you're doing and teach those children, or vice versa. But the other parent, they're in for the run for their money. They will never have or be what they need to be because they didn't serve their children. Children are blessings from God, no matter which way, how they come, whether it was planned, unplanned, whatever the case may be. They didn't ask to be here, and God said, I'm giving you this gift of life. Here you go. Okay, and whatever the case may be, they're here now. You have to take care of them. Don't take care of them and you won't have nothing. You'll never be prosperous. You'll never have food, and no one will help you. Okay, swarms of locusts will take over all your trees and the crops of your land. It's like you're not going to be able to win. These people think they may get a come up for 1 second, and then God comes and swoops it away. Nope. They said, oh man, my garden's growing good. And then all of a sudden, locusts come and sweep it away. Ooh, these apples or trees are getting so good. And then when they get closer, there's worms and they can't eat none of the apples. God said, no, it's over for you. Okay? It's done here. Okay? The foreigners who reside among you will rise above you higher and higher, and you will sink lower and lower. Yeah, the people that they try to put you down, but you're just going to keep rising and rising and rising, and they're going to keep going lower and lower and lower. And so they're going nowhere fast. They were so hesitant to get you to be in this energy of not having and wanting, and now the roles are reversed. You're going up, and the higher you elevate, the lower they're going to sink. Imagine that. Okay? They will bend, they will lend to you, but you will not lend to them. They will be the head and you will be the tail. So you're going to be having to borrow and ask, and no one's going to help you. Financially, they're going to be screwed financially. All these curses will come on you, and they will pursue you and overtake you until you are destroyed. Because you did not obey God, and you observed the commands, and you decided, I don't want to do it. So it's like this person knew. It's like this energy knew to be better, and they said, no, I don't want to be. I know I could be better. I'm not going to be. Like, okay, the only person that gets hurt in that is you. Okay? There will be a sign. Okay, so... there will be a sign and a wonder to you and your descendants forever, because you did not serve God joyfully and gladly in the time of prosperity. So you prayed for a better job, you prayed for more money, you said you weren't going to do this, you said you weren't going to do that, got what you needed, turned around, did what you said you weren't going to do. Let me get this right. God said, I observed you when I gave you everything that you wanted. And instead of you being grateful and doing what you're supposed to do, you decided to do what you wanted to do instead. So you will not be prosperous. That's what he says. Okay? Therefore, in hunger and thirst and nakedness and dire poverty, you will serve the enemy, and the Lord will send attacks against you. God said, okay, fine. If you want to serve the enemy, that's fine. I'm just going to attack you. And don't try me, because Satan tried to say, if you love me, God, throw yourself down and save me. And God's like, I'm not doing that. That's you can't test the will of God. You can't see your baby choking, dying, turning blue, and pray over them and saying, no, this child needs medical attention. This child needs help. God didn't say make them choke. God said you shouldn't be giving them small things that make them choke, or you should have been watching better. Your prayers, yes, they can be answered, but you're testing me. You're saying, I'm going to give this child a very small object, watch them put it in their mouth, watch them turn blue, and then say, God, you'll save them. It does not work that way. You get up, you bring that child to the hospital, you start performing CPR. You don't just stand there and pray. Yes, there are supernatural miracles, but not when you set them up to fail. You cannot set yourself up for failure and then pray for a supernatural miracle. That doesn't even make any sense at all. You're going to go to the laundromat. You know you need 4 quarters, but you're going to stand there in front of the machine and say, how do I get this dollar in here? And you're looking around and you're angry, but you knew the whole time that you need the quarters to get this job done. But you said, I don't need the quarters. I'm bringing the dollar. Well, guess what? You're not getting your clothes washed. And that's that. And no one's coming to save you. That you were sent the number one person that could save you, and you said, F that person, F what God has, forget what I prayed for, I'm going to do what I want to do, and now it's no turning back. I don't know what to do for you. I don't know how to help you anymore, because you put yourself in such a bind with the enemy that he's coming to collect, and now you got to stay over there and serve. You lightness or dark, you pick a side you want to be on. God said, come to me, I'll help you work on a little bit of things. You don't got to be this way. I'm going to give you what you want. I see you're calling for me. I know that that you need me. I'm going to put you in a very abundant season. I'm going to send you the people. I'm going to send you the resources. I'm going to give you everything that you need, but I'm going to tempt you to. Okay? So I'm going to give you exactly what you asked for, and then I'm going to send you a distraction. And I'm going to see. I'm going to see if what you were telling me was true. And then they fail. And then they fail. And then they fail again and again and again. And now you're affected and afflicted. And now you're hurt. And all you're doing is being you. All you're doing is being you. Operating in unconditional love. Doing what God assigned you. Following his commands. Listening to the signs. Even when it didn't feel right. And you still followed God. Even if you felt like, God, you're sending me. This is very strange. Just like me. I said, God, you don't want me to do a YouTube for 5 days? No. And I didn't. Because he needed to work on me so I can come here and help you. Okay? So I always say, well, what if I didn't listen? What would have happened? I don't know. We don't know because I listen. So we don't know. But when they don't listen, this is what happens. When you don't listen, no one's going to come save you anymore because God already saved you once. And he's saying, God is not a God that cares for confusion. One warning. Remember, we talked about that 3 years ago. You get one warning. God says, don't go over there. And you say, oh, but I just want to peek a little bit. All right. Things with the eyes can't be unseen. You already saw what God tried to deliver you from seeing because you wanted to go. He already said, it's cold over there. You don't like the cold. And he'll set you up. He'll put all these obstacles in your way. Like this. My other job that I work. Okay. There's a blessing there and there's a lesson there. Okay. Every time I get ready to go to that job, it's so many obstacles getting there that I said, I think I need to quit that job. The other day, it took me an hour to get to work because there was a road race. The other day, I had to pick up my kids. I was running so late for work. Nothing was working out the way. Every time I get ready to go to that job, nothing works out the way it's supposed to be. And God told me to leave, but guess what? I decided that I should go back. Whose fault is that? You see where I'm coming from? All right, so I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Okay, the enemy, okay, so he will put an iron yoke on your neck until he has destroyed you. These people are weighed down. They're weighed down by the consequences and actions that they've done. They're weighed down by them. You think they sleep good every night? No. You think their heart is full of joy? No. People that are happy don't go around hurting people. Right? People that are happy and good with their life, they don't go around treating people bad because they just feel like it. They don't. So a lot of these energies that I pick up are, they're heavily weighed down by their actions, but they're more heavily weighed down by their consequences. It's like you make the choice, but you don't get to decide the consequences. And I feel like that is really the message that God is trying to portray, because it's like, I sent you everything that you wanted in the season that you wanted it. I gave that to you. I sent it to you. You asked me for it. I sent it to you. I also sent you a distraction. In your season of prosperity, I gave you everything that you asked me for. What happened? Okay? The Lord will bring nations against you from far away and the ends of the earth, like an eagle swooping down. A nation whose language will not understand. A fierce-looking nation without respect for the old or pity for the young. Nobody's going to respect them. Ever. You have to earn respect to give respect. They walk around like they respect, they demand respect. Like, who do you think you are? Nobody has to do nothing for you. Okay? But they walk around demanding respect. Respect is earned and never freely given. They walk around demanding people trust them. They walk around demanding things they don't even have to give. So God's like, who the hell do you think you are? It doesn't work like that. Okay? They will devour the young of your young, they will devour the young of your livestock and crops of your land until you are destroyed. They will leave you no grain, no wine, no olive oil, nor calves or herds, no lambs or flocks, until you are ruined, and no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. Okay, they will lay siege to the cities throughout your land until the high fortified walls in which you trust fall down. They will besiege the cities through your land, and that the Lord's God to give you. God said, I got this land for you. Remember, I had picked up that the other day. I got this land for you. They don't get it. Nothing. Nope. You don't get it. Some people have things that may have been possibly capable of being passed down to them from generations that they will never receive. I also feel like somebody had some money stolen from them, receive that money back. If somebody passed away in your family and they left you something and it was stolen from you, you're getting ready to get that back. Okay, so if somebody's passed away and you may not even have known about this, but you're going to get that letter in the mail that's saying your family left you 60 acres in South Carolina in 1986, and your great granny left it for you, and somebody tried to take it, and we need you to come get this land. Okay, your grandmother had a $50,000 life insurance policy from you that someone tried to steal, and we've just got it back through courts and all that stuff, and we want you to come pick up the check from Social Security. Okay, someone was going to call you and say, can you give me your address? I have something for you that is due to you. You have this money that's due to you from this job you had, but you had got a raise, and we're going through the books and the company closed, and we realized we owe you $10,000. Okay, and this is your season to gain everything that they took from you or tried to. This is your season. So everything they tried to take from you, everything that they thought that you weren't going to acquire, everything they worked so hard diligently for you not to have, you're going to have right in their face. And God's going to make sure that you are the head and not the tail. Because clearly, they've done everything that they want to do to become the tail. Okay? Because of the suffering your enemy will inflict on you during the siege, you will eat the fruit of the womb, the flesh of the son and daughters, the Lord of that your God has given you. You wanted a baby so bad, but you continuously terminate your pregnancies. Am I triggering you? Am I triggering you? You don't. Who the hell are you to decide that? I'm not even getting into that, but if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. If it hits hard to home, think about it. You want a family, but you say, oh, not right now. And then you cry and pray that, oh, God, give me a baby. God's like, I gave you 2 already. They're down at Planned Parenthood. You decided that you didn't want to do this. You're not getting them anymore. Okay? I have sieged the flesh of your womb, and it's not going to happen. Okay, because every time I try to make it happen for you, you decided that it wasn't the right time, so it's not gonna. It is not going to happen because you decided that every time I try to give you this blessing, that you didn't want it. So you don't get it when you decide. You're not getting it anymore. Okay, you're not getting it anymore, and that's that. Even the most gentle and sensitive man among you will have no compassion for you. Yo, you'd be like, what happened? You said. of all people, I thought I could come to you, and God's going to tell you, don't save them. Nope. You knew who I was. You knew what kind of person I was. You knew that you could come to me. You knew that I was understanding, but you still continue to play these games, and no one is going to save you. Because God has sent the people that you need to help take care of you mentally, physically, emotionally, love you. You know what? I feel like it didn't show up the way they wanted it to show up. Like those wives that they think they're going to marry, that's going to be engaged, and you're going to engage to a woman and she's going to be the mistress of another man. I love that. I love that. That's God's word. I love that. I love that. Because if you don't know, now you do. And if you thought you was getting away with something, you weren't. And God knows and sees and hears all. So why did you think because we don't see it, we either weren't going to find out or you weren't going to pay the consequence? Listen, whatever God does to you in your wrath and consequences, I don't even want to be next to you when that happens. I don't want no parts of that. But they walk around invincible until God has to show them, oh, you're so invincible that no one's going to come and help you. And everything that you work for, I'm going to take it away from you. Every time you think you're getting far in life, you're going to realize that the more I bless the people that you tried to hurt, the lower you're going to go. Yeah, that's how it's going to work. That's how it's going to go. From now on, from here on out, the more I bless them, the lower you're going to go. So remember you were praying on their downfall? They're like, shh. Somebody is like, I was praying on their downfall. And every time they elevate, I go lower. Because why are you praying on anyone's downfall? It's giving me a jealousy energy. Even if it's a partner, they don't want, people want to see you do better, but never better than them. Okay, well, watch me prosper, I guess. I don't know. For me, I'm part of me being who I am and Chillin's messages. I'm like, so it is what it's going to be. It is what it is. You made the choice. I'm just telling you about the consequences. You already made the choice. I didn't make you do nothing. I can't make you do anything. I can't make you ghost me. I can't make you stop talking to me. I can't make you disrespect me. I can't make you talk about me behind my back. There's choices that these people do because they chose to do it. And God's saying, okay, well, I'm just letting them know what's the consequences of their choices. It's not frantic. It's no chaos here. I'm just letting you know that it's about to get real in the field for those that have done wrong by you, because all I needed them to do was love you. I put you in their life to love you, and they're going to test me and tempt me when it comes to love. Okay? Even the most gentle and sensitive man among you will have no compassion, and his own brother or wife he loves, or his surviving children. And he will not give to one of them any of the flesh of his children that he is eating. So the most gentle, caring man among you will turn hard, his eyes evil against his own brother, his cherished wife, and even the rest of his children who are still alive, refusing to share with them the scrap of meat from the cannibal. So it's what I get from this is, even with a little bit, some of these people are so consumed with evil that they won't even share the little bit that they have. And God said, they've already made up their mind that they want to live and die like this. Okay? He has lost everything, his humanity, and the suffering that your enemy amounts against you and that you forfeited. So basically you're like, I don't care about God. I want to resolve with the enemy. And you chose to do these things. You chose them. That's what I'm saying. These are choices people make. And the most gentle, caring woman among you, okay, a woman who wouldn't step on a wildflower, will turn hard her evil heart against you, against her cherished husband, against her son, against her daughter, against even the afterbirth of her newborn infant. She plans to eat them in secret. Some of these women, they don't care about their kids. They don't. That's why God's not going to allow you to have them, because they know that you only want the child, to either prove a point to another ex or to prove a point to other people. But if God blessed your womb, you would eat your own children. You will eat your own children. You will not do right by them. God knows. He knows that already. That's why he knew what he was doing. He knew that you would have loved that man. He knew that you would have loved that children. He knew. God knows. God's the author of our story. He knows all these things way before we have a chance to even know them ourselves. He knows. Okay? she will lose everything. Okay, if you do not carefully follow all the words of God, which are written in the books, and do not revere the glory, and basically, like, don't shit on God's name. Okay? The Lord will send fearful plagues on you and your descendants, harsh and prolonged disasters, and a severe and lingering, let me turn the page, illness. He will bring on you all the disease of Egypt that you dread, and they will cling to you. I'm telling you, don't you notice how people that don't do wrong by you suffer a slew of illnesses? Lots of them. Not just one, not everything. It's like every time you turn around, like, damn. Because their heart is not pure. You know, you can tell the way diseases manifest in people's bodies of how they are on the inside. Their heart's not pure. Okay? You could be a person that never catches colds. Never sick, ever. And then you could be around someone that, like, Dag, every time you turn around, you're sick. What the heck? Always in the hospital? Like, what's wrong with you? You're not taking care of yourself? No, they are. They just have a rotten heart. So it's eating them from the inside out. Okay? The Lord will also bring on you every kind of sickness and disaster not recorded in this book of the law until you are destroyed. God saying, listen, I'm going to tear your ass up. I'm going to destroy you the same way you tried to destroy my child. See, God doesn't play about his chosen one and his children. And that's the thing. People think, people think it's a joke, but he be dead serious because he knows that when he can't, you will. Do not touch my anointing and do no harm to my prophet, anybody. No one's secluded. Mom, brother, sister, cousin. Just don't nobody mess with my children. They know my voice. They know me. They know what I have to do with them. Why? You know how you're crazy about your kids? That's the same way God is about us. You know how you'll do anything and go to war for your kids? Same way God is about us. So what makes you think that someone else can come in your life and treat you bad and God's not going to tear their asses up? Because all he did was send you in their life to help them, to heal them, to love them. And they decided that they wanted to do everything else but that. It's not your problem anymore. Let it go. Release the hurt. Release the hope deferred makes the heart weak, right? Oh, I hope they become a better person. Well, confirmation. What if they don't? Then what? What if they don't change? What if they don't become a better person? God will work on people as they need to, but what if they don't? I'm just asking you, what are you prepared to do if they don't? I know you're not going to go back and try to make them be who you need them to be because they already know they're not going to be who you need them to be. Hope deferred makes the heart weak. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. What is God showing you? If you let go of the hurt, if you let go of the pain, it'll start to be better. Okay? Because you know what they'll do? You know what they'll do? You'll be like, all right, you'll take the Band-Aid off, that you're taking the Band-Aid off, and they come to pick. And then a week or two goes by and then they dig. Right? And then a couple more and you're like, oh, well, I gave them time, like, all right, and now they're like, stay still so I could salt your wound. And you're like, whoa, you're hurting me. And they're like, stay still. I know, stay still, I said. So they don't want to be better because they choose not to be. And God's letting you know, listen, they choose not to be better, and this is why. Okay? This is a lot. Okay? So let's see. The Lord will bring you in every kind of sickness and disaster not recorded in this book of law until you are destroyed. You who were numerous as the stars in the sky will be left but few in numbers because you did not obey the Lord God. Just as it pleased the Lord to make you prosper and increase in numbers, it will please him to ruin you and destroy you in every way. Just like he said, you asked for prosperity, you asked for love, I gave that to you, and you don't want to abide by that. I'm taking it. I'm taking it from you. You don't deserve it. I'm going to destroy every part of you until it's no longer there. Okay? You will be uprooted from the land you're entering to possess. The Lord will scatter among all nations and one end of the earth to the other. There you will worship other gods, God of wood and stone, which neither you nor your ancestors have known. They're serving an enemy, a person, thank you for confirmation, wherever that was, that they don't even know. Because they want to stay stagnant. All right? You, on the other hand, your heart's pure. You know what you came to do. You know God's work. He's moving you on. You're done there. You're done there. Assignment is over. abort mission. You're done there. Okay? Because I don't want you caught up when God drops the bombs. If you're standing next to someone that's getting a bomb dropped on them, you're going to get it dropped on you too. So start making your exit plan. Okay? They will, okay, so among the nations you will find no repose, no resting place for the sole of your feet. You'll keep running, because the Lord always talks to us about resting, but do you ever hear the enemy resting? Do you ever hear the enemy say, "Oh, I'm gonna take a rest"? No. So they won't rest. They will be running and running and running and running and running and running, and they'll be looking for a chair. And no, you didn't want to sit down and rest. Remember, God said, chill. You're just doing a little bit too much. And no, I can't. I'm sleeping with 4 or 5 women at the same time because I can. And God's like, chill out on that. You might get something. Then you get the STD, and then you're still running and running. Oh, so you don't learn. So HIV didn't slow you down. Herpes didn't slow you down. Syphilis, none of these diseases that you can get away, they didn't slow you down. God said, oh, okay, all right, I got something for you. I got something for you. You won't ever slow down. You won't ever slow down because I gave you a lesson and I served you consequences, and you still said, I'm gonna go do this again, and you got more, and then God said, you know what, I'm destroying you. You're done here. Because you're not going to go destroy those that I put into your life that are here for your best good. You're done here. I'm going to destroy you until there's nothing left of you. Until there's nothing left. You won't be able to do this to nobody else. You're going to get to a point in your life where you'll just be running and running and running, and you won't be around the people that you need because no one's coming to help you. No one's coming to save you. It's done. It's over. Okay? You will live in constant suspense, filled with the dreadful day and night. You'll never be sure of your life. That's crazy. You'll never know which way you're going, you're going up or down. And you'll feel like you have it one day, and then the next day it'll be gone. You'll never know. They'll never be sure of where they are in life because they decided to go against God. They'll never know. It's not your job to tell them until they do right, which feeling like they're done. They're done here. Okay? In the morning you will say, if only it were evening, and the evening if you were to say only in the morning, because of the terror that will fill your heart and the sights that your eyes will see. The Lord will send you back in ships to Egypt on a journey, and I said you should never make again. There you will offer yourselves for sale to your enemies as male and female slaves, but no one will buy you. No one will save you. No one's going to run away the animals because you decided to be a shitty person. So you got this, where they asked for God to send you to help them, to love them, to treasure them. Roses are purity, key to their heart, financial abundance, everything that they needed. They asked God. God said, okay, yes, my son or daughter, I want to give you everything that you need. Prosperous, fruitful. Everything that you need is right here. But you decided to stay in the 10 of swords. 10-10. That's super confirmation of these doors opening and closing, and these people get what they deserve. And not personally for me. I don't care what happens. I know the life I live. I know my mind. I know my heart. It's not personal. It's what they decided to do. Okay? And if they want to make it right with God, it's a long time coming. As long as they put other people in suffering, as long as they try to hurt people around them, is as long as it's going to take for them. Look at, oh my goodness, getting my Kipper deck, and I just opened it up, and I opened it up. The first thing that came on top of the deck was bad health, and then I seen poverty in the middle of the deck, but it went away because somebody's afraid to tell you how much that they have, if you knew how much they were going through in their life, you would probably say you deserve it. You would probably tell them, no, you really deserve all this stuff you put me through. You deserve it. I don't feel bad for you. Official person. You knew what I was. You knew what I brought to your life. They knew too, but they just thought for some reason they can go against God. And I don't understand why they thought they were sneaking. I'm going to go against God. You're not. He sees you. Even if we don't know, he sees you. All right, Spirit, clarify some of this energy here. It's out of control. Mature woman, mature man or woman. God called them to be mature. You know, somebody's looking at them like, I taught you better than this. You knew better than this. And I feel like it's maybe a mother that, you know, she tried to have a hold on her son and she tried to do the best for him, but he just turned out everything opposite of what she taught him, and it's not her fault. It's because he decided to choose another path. Not her fault. And it could be generational karma from his father. And that's probably exactly what it is. Generational karma. Boaz, yes. Sony B. Boaz. Sony B hit it right on the head. Boaz did not get any rest. Hold on. And these nations you will find no resting place for the soles of your feet. Boaz did not. Now, God says it right here. But we know that Boaz did not rest until he made it right with Ruth. Correct. Thank you, Sony B, for that. So, until they make it right, the right way, apology come to you by change behavior is an apology. And I had heard this, they were trying to buy more time. Now, somebody that's in a relationship with someone, every time they cheat on them, they buy them something. Every time they do wrong with them, they buy them something, because they're buying more time to get out of the damn relationship because they don't want to be there. That don't make no sense. Leave. You don't have to stay where you don't want to be, but they're buying more time. Well, they say, you know, all right, I'm going to cheat, and then I'm going to go buy a dozen roses. That doesn't even make no sense. God still knows you cheated. Even if that person doesn't know you cheat, God knows that. So buying them roses is they're trying to buy more time when God's saying just in the relationship. What's the problem? Buying more time is causing you to be on the other side with the enemy because you're buying more time. Okay, some of these people may be imprisonment. Some of these people may be in prison. Somebody's going to prison because you thought you were getting away with something for a long time, or some of these people may be facing prison time because of a lot of this shit they've done. A lot of the things, like you know, it's 2024. You can only get away with doing certain things but for so long before it catches up to you. Okay? So to clarify more of this energy for the collective journey. Okay, so you have two options. You can go live on your journey. Spirit, clarify the journey. This journey energy, Spirit. Yeah. Somebody chose the wrong path. I just don't get this. This is what they chose. This is the life that they chose to live. Of stealing and a journey of being locked and trapped in situations. And God said, I gave you, number 6 is for prosperity. I gave you the love, the prosperity, the abundance. I gave you everything that you needed. I'm not sure why did you feel like you needed more? That was your kingdom spouse. Yeah, official person. There we go. That was the love. But you ended that because you had expectations that they didn't even meet from another candidate. You were so lusty that you thought that was better, that now you got the itch. Now you got the seizures. Now you got all the diseases that I'm not going to rid of you because you chose that life. Okay? You chose that life. You chose to be in bad health. You chose to stab your own back. You chose that. God said, I didn't choose that for you. I showed you what I wanted you. Okay, I showed you what I wanted to do. Now you're dealing with these addictions, codependency, obsession, all types of things. Like, what? You stabbed me. God saying you stabbed me in the back. I didn't stab you in the back. I gave you everything that you wanted, and then you shit on me right after I gave you everything that you wanted. This is what's going to happen. You don't go around tempting and testing God. I don't know who you think you are. I don't know who you think you are. Okay? So now you're in a place I know I'm not going to be true there. That's it. Energy's energy. If it resonates, it resonates. With the good come the bad, right? With the bad come the good. But you cannot go around treating good people bad because you feel like it, because you're not healed, because you're miserable, because you're broke. Being broke makes you a savage, but it should never make you a snake. People out here are snaking people left and right for money? Are you serious? Could never be me. You know, some of these people left divine kingdom abundance relationships where God said, look at, I'm going to give you everything you need in that relationship. Everything that you need. You're going to have that. Everything that you need in that relationship, you're going to have that. And you think you're going to go be with someone that steals money and you think you're going to be abundant for the rest of your life? When I told you, you take care of this woman, you do what you have to do as a man, and I'm going to make sure a man that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. What made you think that you need to start going out here scamming, writing bad checks that I wouldn't supply all that you need? Because when you met her, you were in a very prosperous season of your life, and I set it up like that just for you. So you would have when she came in, because this is who I want you to be with. Now, the woman that you want to get engaged to, go ahead. You're going to marry her. You're going to build a house. You're going to have a farm. You're not going to be able to live in that house. You're not going to eat none of those crops or eat none of that meat of your own herds. And she's going to go be the mistress of another man. That's what you asked for. That's what you asked for when you decided that I'm going to go against the expectations of God and follow my lust instead of following my heart. Now God's trying to honor your heart over and over and over again, but it comes a time and a place in someone's life where even God says, okay, I'm done. I gave you everything that you wanted. Oh, it is my job to tempt you. You are my child. I got to see how far you're going to go. I got to see how far I got to bring you. And I got to see how far you appreciate me. Just like our regular children. But you went too far. You went too far. And you're to a point where I don't even know if you can come back from this. This is divine instructions. I don't know how to get you back to where I need you to be, because you have made a conscious decision to do bad, to be bad, to think bad, to do bad things. Now, people do bad things for good reasons and people do good things for bad reasons. But clearly, this energy says, I'm going to do bad because bad is what I want to do. Okay? And that's that. You cannot save someone that doesn't want to be saved. Save yourself. And do not save them from their karma. Remember, listen, I gave rides to people who left me stranded when I needed a ride. I've done things for people where I did it because at the time I knew it was right, but when I turned around and needed it, they were nowhere to be found. You think God blesses them? You think God's going to go bless someone that purposely misled you, that purposely tried to keep you down, that purposely tried to hurt you? Why do you think that they're going to get blessings? And wait 1 second, because if for 1 second you may say, and I know someone's saying, Sunshine Goddess, I hear everything you're saying, but why does it feel like they're getting blessed? Because the devil gives you presents too. And guess what? You got to feed those presents. God's blessings are abundant, right? They don't come like this. No, God's blessings are free flowing. They go everywhere. You're happy. You're a butterfly. You're happy, right? But the devil's blessings, they keep you stuck, anchored, down. That BBL was nice, but now you have a baby with a demon. Down, anchored down. The devil gives you presents too. Okay, so, I left that girl. She loved me for everything. And then I went and got this one. She got a blazing body, a good job, everything. But she treats you like shit. She demasculates you every chance she gets. And she's with another man. Which the person that you left, you knew would be 10 toes down for you, monogamous with you, celibate, waiting for you. But you decided that wasn't work. So now you're going to go with the girl that went with the other guy. And now you both got the itch. Now you both got the disease that's not going to go away. That you both decided that, okay, I'm going to try. And now God's like, oh, well, you made your bed. You want to stab me in the back? You're going to lay in it. Energy's energy. If it resonates, it resonates. Okay? The high Lord of gratitude and service. Selflessness, humility, conscious action. That's all God ever asks these people to do, to be their higher self. They have a hard time being their higher self. For some reason, you had two choices. You had two roads. You can go the one where it's hard, it's work, it's you got to do the work to be there, or you can go the one where you get easy presents because the devil gives you presents too. And they said, you know what? I'm going to go this way because I don't want to work on myself. And God said, are you serious? You just asked me for everything. I gave you everything and you're going to do this? All right. It is what it is. Energy's energy. If it resonates, it resonates. Okay, the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, clarity. What did I tell you? Their eyes won't see nothing. People will start seeing this person in a negative light while you will continue to grow. they're going to be scared. I feel like supernatural, not supernatural, but I feel like the entities that are scary, the shadow people, are going to be visiting this person. They're going to say, oh my God, it's morning. Why do I see demons walking around my house? Because you're not going to be able to tell the difference from night and day. That's why. Yeah, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm done. I'm done with this message because I'm glad. Okay? The Dragon's Duel, inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. You chose. You could have chose good, you could have chose bad, you could have chose to change, but you chose not to. So a lot of these people, next full moon, it's going to be a huge change. And I think that's probably like in a couple of weeks, maybe a week and a half. Next full moon's going to be a huge change. Dragons are very significant. Dragons are like very powerful mystical creatures. And that's funny because my cousin, she's a high priestess as well, and she's been talking about dragons a lot. That's like her destiny. But you had the opportunity to do right or wrong, and they chose to do wrong. Okay, the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurities, manipulation. They chose to operate in their lower shadow frequency. There's nothing you can do. But God's sending help for you. God's sending help for you. Okay, angelic help, miraculous aids, the winged wise one. You chose to stay in this. And that's what I love about you. And that's what I appreciate is when all these people were doing these things and you stay true to you stay 10 toes down to your journey. That's why you're getting ready to arise and be in this prosperous energy. And it's not going to stop because you had an opportunity to be just like this, right? You could have started the ghosting. You could have started the lying. You could have started the manipulation. You could have went to be with someone else. You could have did everything, but you chose to stay true to you. Okay? We use what we are. Use the law of attraction to manifest your perfect match by being the perfect match to yourself. And that's what you did. So the knives they put in, you healed them out. Every time you healed, the one would pop out. And they're like, how do they do that? Because God. And every time you healed again, one would pop out. And you might be a little sore, but they can't put salt on you no more. They can't take the Band-Aids off because you healed yourself inside out. Rotten fruit rots from the inside out. You're healing from the inside out. And every time you heal, one of those knives fall off and you feel a little bit lighter, right? Where's our feather? You feel a little bit lighter because it fell off. And then, and then you're like free. And then you're like, damn, I'm free of this. Free. Be free of people, placing things that are committed to showing you that they're not for you and that they really are against you because God's already working on it. So vengeance is mine. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's not your job to worry about what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. God said it's already done. A lot of these people are suffering from things you may not know about. Don't worry about it. Don't care about it. Stay true and diligent to your journey. Stay true to you. Okay, somebody is really missing you. Okay, somebody is really watching you, but somebody also know that the relationship is over and you are getting ready to go into the next phase of your life. Okay, and don't look back because you'll be salty. And until God ordains you, and God will say, you know what? All right, they might be ready. Until you get that confirmation that they're ready or that it's time to return or whatever the case may be, just keep moving forward because God's getting ready to align you with people, places, opportunities, rewards, what you name it. It's because you said, you know what? I'm not going to look back because if I look back, I'm going to be, look at it fell because somebody hates that I have that analogy. Because if I look back, I'm going to turn into stone. And God can't work with me that way. I'm stuck. I'm stagnant. And eventually I'm going to crumble away and I'm going to destroy myself because rotten trees produce rotten fruits and fruitful trees produce fruitful fruits, and all their fruits are stone. They don't have anything else. They don't have anything else to give. They've reached their lowest of the low, and I don't care what they post, how they say, how they appear. If they don't turn God really keeps telling me, stop. It's too late for some people. And I'm like, I'm trying to get the benefit of the doubt, but he's like, nah, it's just too late. It's too late. It's too late for some people. They made their bed and now they're gonna be laying on a stone bed. That's terrible. How can you get rest on a stone bed? How are you gonna? You're gonna turn. Your hips are gonna be hurting. Your ankles, your bones, your shoulders are you're gonna be trying to lay like this, and this part's gonna be hurting. There's no rest for the wicked. And Boaz did not rest until he made it right with Ruth. Okay, so I love you guys, Sunshine Goddess crew. Don't worry. God used you where he needed you to be. And if someone can't see your light or understand who you are or what value you bring to their life, God's removing them. You don't have to do anything anymore. He's removing them. You just have to keep listening to that inner voice. You just have to keep seeing the signs and being open to the blessings and the confirmation, and God will move everything. You don't got to do a thing. God said, touch my anointing and do my prophet no harm. He said it may form, but it won't prosper. I gave them a spirit of power, love, and discernment. How do you think you're going to get over on them? How do you think that? These are my children. You got me messed up. Now I'm about to take everything from you because you playing in my face and you're playing with my babies. And that's literally, that's it. I love you guys. Sunshine Goddess crew. Another stone. Somebody's really mad that you're making it because they try to do everything and anything in their willpower. Now, it may not be physically them, but the enemy knows what's over your life, and that's why. But they thought you were going to be in this energy, and you're here. And they're shocked because why are you so happy after I try to destroy you? Why are you so happy after I ghost you? Why are you so happy after I use and abuse you? Why are you so happy after I gay talk you? Why are you so happy that I try to destroy you? Why are you so happy I try to kill you? Why are you so happy? I did everything I can in my power to create turmoil and chaos and mess in your life, and you're still happy. Because that's not God's plans. God's plans for me is to be protected and prosperous in all I do. So you have a failed mission over here, right? Prosperous in everything you need to do. Psalms 91. If you feel like you're getting spiritually attacked by someone, Psalms 91. And even then, the devil tried to use God's own verbiage against him. All right, God, if you can save me, throw yourself out. If you don't save me, then it's fine. You know, the devil tempts God. Oh, all right, I'm gonna walk out in the middle of the street. If you were real, you're not gonna let me get hit by this car. God's like, the crossing sign says don't walk. I don't have nothing to do with this. And that's some of these people, they try to blame things and shift all these things. Oh well, no, God didn't tell you to do that because he's not a God of chaos or confusion. That's where you're lying. See? You're lying. God did not tell you to go lie to someone or to do those things to someone because you're trying to protect them. No, God said tell them the truth about your life and what you're doing and how you're living so they can decide. You only lie because you're trying to get what you don't want. You only lie because it's going to give you time. And remember, you only look for material possessions because you want to buy more time. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so I love you guys, Sunshine Goddess crew. I don't have any more to say about this energy. It's a wrap. It's a Mariah Carey rap for these people. And your job is to continue to thrive. And you're not in a surviving energy more. You're in a thriving energy now. And you don't have to cast your pearls onto swines. And it's not your job to convince them that you know everything that they're doing behind your back. Because God has already showed you it's not worth the fight. It's not worth the argument. Be quiet. Let these people do what they need to do. Remember, we see their shoes behind the curtain. Okay? Every time you think someone's playing in your face, I see your shoes, bro. I see your shoes behind the curtain. I see you standing there. The mask is off. A lot of these masks are off. People are exposed. God is destroying them from the inside out. And God said, nobody's coming to save you. I'm telling you guys, God said, don't save them. It is not your job to save someone that tried to make you drown. Okay, so don't save someone who is committed to seeing you drown. That doesn't even make no sense. So it's like, they will set your house on fire, and they will set your house on fire and then watch you go get the fire hose to put the fire out. Like, you did this and you don't even want to help clean it up. Don't save them. If you find yourself saving someone, remember, you're only taking away from your own personal blessings. If they're in financial issues or problems and you've done everything you can to help them, do not save them. If they're facing an eviction and they're saying, can you help me get my money up? And they spent your money and they've done all types of things and they're in the club every weekend, and you're going to give them money to save them, and they're going to turn around and they're going to shit on you with the exact people that put them in those situations. So do not save them anymore. If God's telling them, I'm not coming to save you, I'm not helping you, who are you to interfere with their karma? Who are you to interfere with their divine destiny? Because they won't get better if they don't learn. Okay? They've got to figure it out by themselves. They were so committed to destroying you. They were so committed to do everything but loving you. Do not go save them. For God knows what he's going to do, and God is not the author of chaos or confusion. So if there's chaos or confusion, you're in the wrong book, baby, wrong chapter. Come on, get out. Go back to the front of the book. Find out where you belong and go place yourself where you're supposed to be. Okay, so I love you guys. Sunshine Goddess crew. I'm getting really guided to do our Isis message, and that's strange because she never really asked to give messages when I get these kind of messages. So this is interesting in what she has to say about this. This is very interesting. All right, so let's see what Isis has to say about God saying, like, you want to be disobedient? All right, fine, watch. You think it's a joke, right? All right. You want to go around hurting good people for no reason? Got you. Car accidents, jail, and prison, diseases. Until these people decide to do right by themselves. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you as themselves. They're conscious, God, their life, people around them, their children, like, until they do right by the right people, they're going to always be in this energy. Whew. Sucks to be them, I tell you. Okay, the dark mysteries. Entering the chamber of the dark goddess. Dark, because they love operating out their shadow side so much, I don't get it. Like, it's no wins there, it's no gains there, it's no money there, it's nothing there but hell and high water. Okay, so you think you're going to part this Red Sea, and God's like, psych, and the whole water comes down. You did this to yourself. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's see what Isis has to say, because she sure came out with the dark mysteries, and that, we'll see. I don't know if I got this card. I can't really remember. Let's see. Divine Destinies. Oh, it'd be the dark mysteries instead of dark mysteries. The. Thank you guys for being here, like, subscribing, and sharing. Because things are changing. And anything that stays the same is stagnant and dead. There's no way I could come in here and keep giving y'all that I'm elevating in my life, becoming a better person, growing spiritually, and I come with the same type of readings day in, day out. No, something's not right with that. All right, let's see. You know, God wants people to get more in tune with themselves and less worry about what a karmic's doing with who cares? Who cares what the karmic is doing with someone that they shouldn't even be with? How is that going to help your life? How is that going to help your life? How is it going to help your life knowing how a low vibrational person is moving when you know that they're moving in the result of death? There's nothing there for them. Dead in such situations. How? And I noticed that a lot of the intuitive readers that I do watch, they're all talking about self now. Everyone's talking about self and becoming a better person and receiving blessings. And other people are talking about, we're still talking about karmics. Isn't that like 4 years old now? Like, move on from that. The only person that still wants to talk about karmics are the karmics themselves. Okay? The dark goddess calls you to her inner chamber where she holds a test and a gift for you. The test is your willingness to meet and release the fears within that have been secretly holding you back. The gift is freedom, peace, opportunity, and prosperity in all its forms. Will you accept it? Your time for deeper initiation is here. The dark goddess calls for you. It's a life-changing experience. It is not always easy, but the reward for those brave enough to answer her call and enter her inner chamber are tremendous indeed. The rewards are life lived more fearlessly, the gift of loving and being just who you are in truth. That's it. Okay, it is more open and expansive way to live, and it attracts the bounty of the dark mother, her gifts of love, opportunity, peace, and prosperity, well-being, and wisdom. Okay, it takes a strong soul to go through the test. Exactly. God will bring you to the temptation to test you. What are you going to do when you get there? What are you going to do when you get there? You're either going to go far because you're thinking you're getting something. You're going to, you know what? I think this is a test. I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to move back from it. Okay, so even Isis is saying, you're being tested. Are you going to change or not? Okay? The dark gods called you into initiates where you've been working on your own shadow, bringing your own self to light. During such times, we often need help, as shadow work can be uncomfortable, painful, and quite difficult to undertake, as we're working with unconscious material, trying to bring it into the light of our conscious awareness. And I said that. I don't know what card that was, but it was the light. It's because you've got to step into the light. All right. Oh, the shadow side, because I saw, the shadow card, because this person's okay. They're the shadow king or queen. They're all okay. How the hell are you going to be working with working and living in shadow, but want a piece of light? You got to get out of here. Bye. Beat it. Go find something safe to do. Okay. The dark goddess will, parts of us that deem unlovable, and parts of us that seem too marvelous and requires courage. Because lack of self-discipline is equated to lack of self-respect. So don't tell me you respect yourself, respect your body, when you're running around promiscuous as hell. No, you have no discipline at all. You think you're disciplined, but the way you treat people and the way you operate and your promiscuity screams nothing about discipline. Don't tell me you're disciplined because you get up and you know how to put a shirt and a pant on. That's not discipline. Don't tell me you're disciplined because you wake up before the sun. That's not discipline. Discipline is you are disciplined in all areas of your life. Mentally, you're disciplined. You know how to speak to people. Physically, you abide by boundaries. Mentally, physically, emotionally, you don't say things because you feel like saying it. You're actually aware of what you're saying. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Spiritually, you honor your spiritual side. Okay? Financially, you don't use and abuse people for finances. And the beat goes on and on. That's how you change. That's how you become a better person. Not by thinking you do one good act of kindness and now you're this amazing person. No. It doesn't work like that. Or you apologize, but you don't change your behavior. No, it doesn't work like that. Or I stopped talking to younger girls, so I decided that I'm going to talk to older girls because I was really talking to younger girls because I can manipulate them. But now I go for older women with low self-esteem so I can manipulate them too. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay, the dark goddess will call you when your own shadow needs healing and integration, when something is holding you back, instead of acknowledging it and bringing answers of light to awareness that can actually help you move forward. So Isis is saying, listen, I've offered assistance, or I'm offering assistance to those that don't want to be in this energy, working side by side. I feel like Isis is asking the divine, to give these people another chance. She's like, all right, listen, I'll come in. I'll help save them. I'll try to work with their shadow side, because clearly they're operating from a shadow side. And Isis is saying, I'll help. I'll help, but they've got to want it for themselves. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. I love you guys, Sunshine Goddess crew. Woo! Energy's energy. If it resonates. If you want to save somebody, save yourself. Okay? I love you guys. Email me, sunshinegoddess333@gmail.com. Readings, range, rituals, spiritual consultation. Those that have been with me here, it was 123. I can't believe it. We've been on here for a minute, but I'm not going to stop until I get the messages out. And I love you guys with all my heart. I will come back for a little bit lighter messages later. Keep your head up and heart close, God. I love you guys. Yes, shout out to Sony B and here on fire with us as well. I love you guys for encouraging each other. I love you guys for being each other's support. We are a family here. We are smaller numbers. I've noticed that, but less is more. It's plenty of us, right? Because God knows that those that need to hear his voice, and you're not coming on here just to hear, oh, my person's coming back or the karmic's doing this. No, you want to be better for you. so you can attract what's better for you. Okay, I love you guys, Sunshine Crew. Energy's energy. If it resonates. Keep your head up and your heart close, God. And I have a trivia question for you guys. Now, when I started my reading, when I started my channel, there was one particular place I would always go. Okay, there was one particular place I would always go. If you guys want to enter into getting a free reading, email me that particular place that I would always go in the beginning of my awakening to deliver the message, and email me. The first person that emails me, I'll give the first 3 people that email me the right answer. You get a free reading and you can use it within a month. I love you guys, Sunshine Crew. I would go down all my videos. Go to the beginning of my videos. Go to the beginning, because where we all started, and I'll be pulling trivia questions from there. I love you guys, Sunshine Crew. Oh, happy Thankful Thursday. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being here, like, subscribing, and being part of our soul family. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me. Keep your head and your heart close, God. I love you guys, and I'll catch you guys on my midday mix or next read, whatever comes first. Mwah. Sunny B. Yeah, he said Sunny B. I love you guys. Keep your head up and your heart close to God. Mwah.